So today is Wednesday the 22nd of March and tomorrow we are meant to be going to Disneyland Paris. Now unfortunately for us, a general strike has been called. It was called last Thursday, and even though it's now 6 PM UK time, they still have not announced who's taking part in the strike. I don't usually do a pre-travel day section of my vlog series unless I'm staying at like an airport hotel or something exciting's happening the day before. But I thought I'd give you a little update on what's been going on. So it has been an incredibly stressful week, not knowing if the flight is going to take off at all. If so, what transportation in France is going to be impacted. So it's very much put a dampener on this trip already. So now with not much more than 12 hours before we need to head to the airport, we have no idea if we're going to have a flight. Although we know that there is a massive general strike across the whole of France, we don't know if air traffic control are taking part, if the airport itself is taking part, so we have no idea if our flight's going to take off or not. We do know that the train from the airport to Disneyland Paris has been cancelled, so we can't use that. I did phone Disney to find out if the Magical Shuttle would be impacted or if it's running. They couldn't give me an answer. I emailed Magical Shuttle, but they haven't replied and there's no phone number. The other option is a private taxi transfer. This is the one that I think we're most likely going to go for, but we're hesitant to book because we don't know if we're going to have a flight. So this originally was booked almost a year ago. There's 6 of us. It's going to be a friends trip. Very, very exciting. We were all so excited. Once the strikes were called and everything was thrown into uncertainty, unfortunately 2 people have had to cancel. And it's totally understandable. It's incredibly stressful, the lead up to this, so I can totally understand that. So basically it has been a very stressful week in the lead up to this trip. I have had multiple migraines, I've got loads of spots, I look like a mess. It's no good. I have fingers crossed that maybe it won't be as bad as they are predicting, but for me it's less about the strikes and it's more the lack of information. If we were told a few days ago what was happening, we could have made plans, sorted out what was going on, and maybe our friends wouldn't have had to have cancelled. But with so much uncertainty, with, you know, half a day until we're meant to be going, it's really horrible, guys. It's not fun, and I have to say it's really put a dampener on the trip, even though we haven't got there yet. And of course then you're worried about, are they going to announce another strike and you're going to have problems coming home? At the moment there is nothing planned, but who knows what's going to happen. So if I find any more updates tonight, I will come back and let you know. If not, I'll be seeing you tomorrow morning. Will we have a flight? Will we not have a flight? Will we even know what's going on? The worst case scenario is that we get to the airport and then they cancel. I really hope that's not the case. We have a 1:50 PM flight, so I'm hoping that we have to leave about 9 AM. By that time they will know whether the flight is going or not. Fingers crossed. So yeah, it's just very stressful. My last trip to Disneyland Paris in January had a very unfortunate ending, and the kind of last day and a half of that was ruined for me. And I will link to that series so you can kind of find out what was going on, because it was a nightmare. So for this trip, I was so excited. I was like, this is going to be the do-over and it's going to be amazing because it's going to be with friends. It's going to be such a fun experience. I was so used to going solo. It'll be lovely to make memories with my friends. And yeah, it's all gone to pot. So hopefully the next time you see me on camera, it'll be good news, but I will keep you updated with whatever happens regardless. Some good news is I went to Tesco the other day and these Funko Pops were club card value prices, so got loads of money off. Can't go wrong with Mando and Grogu, so at least something good happened this week. Something that's actually been really stressful but actually turned out quite funny is leading up to your flight, EasyJet tend to email you, but the problem is because we're waiting to find out if there's going to be a cancellation, every single time we have an email that says regarding your flight, we're all like, oh my god, this is the one, and then it's like, oh, you can get a meal deal on board for this much money, and you're like, oh, it's fine. So it's been so stressful getting any information from EasyJet because luckily at the moment everything's seemingly going ahead. They haven't obviously been told any information because no one's been told any information. No one knows who's going on strike. But yeah, every time we've had an email, we've all been like, oh, like messaging each other like, what's it going to say? Okay, it's okay. So it's now the evening, so there is a little update. Nothing to do with the strike, still don't know anything about that. But we have pulled the trigger and booked a private taxi transfer because we're like, even if the flight's delayed, whatever happens, they'll be waiting for us and we know for sure we can get from the airport to Disneyland Paris. We're not having to worry about, will there be any taxis? Are they allowed in the airport? Because there were people that were saying they were being dropped off outside the airport and having to walk miles in because taxis weren't being allowed in. We're not having to worry about any of that, how much it's going to cost, if we're going to have to wait hours. We know we've got the transfer, it's all going good. So in my mind, I'm just ignoring the fact that we don't know what's going on and we might not be going. I'm just ignoring it. If they haven't told me the information, just going to ignore it. I am a massive fan of programmes like The Walking Dead, been watching The Last of Us, I'm 100% on board of the Pedro Pascal love train, #1 fan, loving it. But I know if there was a zombie apocalypse, I would die immediately. I wouldn't want to live, couldn't survive it. I'm not going to learn how to forage in hot wild cars, not happening. But I feel like this is my Walking Dead moment. Like, you know, in those sorts of programmes, people are like, everything's gone wrong, but I'm going to find a way to make it work. I am a survivalist. I'm going to make my way through all the challenges. This is my moment. This is why being a Disney planner has helped massively, because I've known all the different ways you can get from the airport, what we should be looking out for, what could possibly be the hurdles we might need to overcome. And I'm like, oh my God, this is my Walking Dead moment. So it is now the next morning, so it's now travel day. I woke up first thing this morning, I woke up about 5 o'clock in the morning, and there was a notification on my phone to say there's been an update to a flight, and I was like, oh no, has it happened? And luckily, there was actually no update. I've just checked and the flight is delayed, but it's delayed a couple of minutes. So hopefully that will be all okay. I'm just very, very thankful that after such a stressful week, actually it looks like the flight is going to be absolutely fine. I'm just glad that it's going. The only problem would have been if it was cancelled, but the fact that it seems to be going is so perfect. We've booked this taxi, so we know we can get to Disney. So hopefully everything should be a-okay. But I did not sleep very well last night, and I think it was just a mixture of stress and then kind of excitement, because I was like, well, by the time I went to bed last night about 10:30, 11 o'clock, I was like, if the flight was cancelled because air traffic control were on strike, I'm sure EasyJet would have known and informed us. So I was feeling a bit more confident. So it's a mixture of stress and excitement. But now is the first time I've got properly excited. Admittedly, it's not ideal. It's only a few hours before we actually go to France. It would be nice to have been excited in the lead up, but I just think we're so lucky it's panned out the way it has. So let's get going to Disney. If you are new to my channel, hello, my name is Sophie. I do lots of Disney trips to Disneyland Paris, Disney World. They're often solo trips, although this time it's going to be a friends trip. And I also make planning videos all about how to get the most out of your trips to Disneyland Paris, Disney World, and packed full of tips and advice. So I hope you'll find this vlog series entertaining and fun, and hopefully learn some tricks and tips for yourself if you go to Disneyland Paris. But I am very excited to welcome you to my channel, and I hope you enjoy my adventures. So I am all packed now. I'm just taking a cabin case this time, and I've managed to fit everything in there. I've got lots of layers because the weather looks to be a bit unpredictable. And then this little bag, I could pop it in my backpack for the flight, but it's just handy to have all your documents and my camera in there, so it just makes life a bit easier. It's kind of full, which is not helpful because, you know, I do like to shop, but I've managed to pack everything I need for the next 4 days, and I've had to take extra things, like I have to wear like Croc sliders in the room because of my plantar fasciitis. I can't walk on like hard surfaces, so there's some things that I have to take, but they do take up a lot of room, which is not super helpful, but I've managed to fit it all in. It's thanks to packing cubes. I'm obsessed with them, but I am all ready to go now. I'm very, very excited. It's just like, today it's the day it's hit me, like, oh my God, we're going to Disney and we get excited now, so I cannot wait. Jaffa, Mummy's gonna go see Mickey Mouse. How do you feel about me going to hang out with a mouse? Do you mind that we're friends with a mouse? No. I'll see you soon, Jaffa. Oh dear, oh no. Oh no. Mummy's going in a minute. Mummy's gonna go see Minnie Mouse. What do you think about me going to see Minnie Mouse? Yes? Do you like Minnie Mouse? Grandad, come stay with you. See you real soon, Coco. Bye bye. So I have said my goodbye to the cats, so now it is time to go and pick up Becky and Matt. These are two of my friends that are coming on the trip. Later on today you're going to meet Sazzy, who is coming on the Eurostar whilst we're flying. But let's head off now and start our Disney adventure. I'd been very worried about what to take coat-wise because it's meant to be quite warm but rainy. So my winter coat, way too hot. My raincoat, way too hot. I've gone for a normal coat, but at the moment it's actually really warm, so I have taken a poncho, so maybe we'll just do hoodie and poncho, but this is why I pack like everything. This is why I can't take 1 or 2 items. I have to pack for every occasion.
Do you want me to walk out again?
Oh my god, do that! Take 2!
Sophie just went, where the hell did you get Tim Hortons this time in the morning?
Just a cup.
It's just the cup.
It's just a cup. We are here! We made it! It's so exciting. We are finally off to Disney. This is Becky and Matt. We will be meeting Sazzy later on today, but now it's time to head to the airport and get going. We're finally on our way to France. It's happening.
Also, I fell down the stairs yesterday and my neck is in agony from I know. And I'm just like going to be on all the rides like,
Yeah, exactly. You're like, no moving.
I hope you'll be okay. It might kick it back into place on Tower of Terror.
That's the thing. That is the way forward. Free chiropractic. Amazing. So we've finally made it. We're now at the airport car park. As you can see, the weather has taken a massive turn for the worst, but we are here. We are finally at Gatwick. So we're going to head over now to the terminal and get something to eat. So we are now at Gatwick Airport. I've used APH parking again and I really enjoy parking there. It's super easy. You get a little shuttle bus straight to the airport. It runs really frequently, so very, very happy to have been using them again. It's very cheap as well, much cheaper than parking at the airport. So we are now ready. Becky and Matt are dropping off their cases, which is good news for me because I've only got a cabin case that's full, but they have lots of room in their case. So they have said if I buy anything, I can put it in their case, which is very kind of them. And we all know that I do love to shop, so that's probably going to happen. So we've made it through security, it's our lunchtime, so we're going to go head to Wagamama's. As we all know, I'm obsessed, so that's my first port of call. I am so hungry. And then probably get some drinks, have a little look around. Our flight has about a 40-minute delay at the moment, so not too bad considering we didn't even know we were going to have a flight, so I'm quite happy with that. So let's go get some food. So we have just had our Wagamama's, and even though our flight is delayed, it said it's now boarding as if it was going at its regular time. So I don't know if it's suddenly arrived earlier. So we're going to hot foot it over there now. So I would say keep an eye on those boards because we could have quite happily been shopping and looking around and completely missed the flight because it's arriving much sooner than anticipated. So we kind of had to make a quick dash through the airport. The flight seemed to be going kind of more of the time it was meant to go to rather than the delay, so I'm very glad we were keeping an eye out because if we'd just gone with the predicted time, I think we would have missed the flight. So definitely keep an eye out on the boards while you're here, not the app. That's something we've learned. So I'm very excited now. I have had speedy boarding, so now I'm just waiting for Becky and Matt, which is, there's no point is there, I should have just waited with the it's silly just to be stood here. But very soon we'll be on the plane, and this day has gone so much smoother than anticipated. After the stress of the past couple of days, it's been amazing that actually today has gone seamlessly so far. So long may it continue, and very soon we'll be on the way to Paris. So we are now at Charles de Gaulle Airport. The flight was nice. It was a little delayed, but considering what we were expecting, it was perfect. I mean, it was definitely an older aircraft. The seats were quite tight and I could only just fit the belt, which normally on EasyJet flights I have lots of space. So yeah, that was a bit concerning, but I think it was an older plane. So now we're just collecting some bags and then getting in a taxi it is now, Becky is now ready for her taxi journey. It's amazing. We're getting in the Disney mood. We're ready. We've got excited. We're on French soil. It's happening.
You're not solo anymore. I'm here now.
Are you recording it?
Yeah, I'm like, the man with the sign on camera.
Where is it?
Oh, I can see. I've seen the sign. I can see it. It's on the phone. Sophie doing? Yeah, that's perfect. Bonjour.
Bonjour. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you.
Oh, amazing.
It's like a limousine in it.
Oh.
They got a TV.
Oh, wonderful, thank you.
Thank you. You're going to
The Disney Santa Fe Hotel? Yes. Oh, wonderful, thank you. We're on our way to Disney in the taxi. How are we feeling? Are we excited?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So excited.
Yeah. I'm just feeling, we're feeling jet lagged from this 1 hour
Oh,
drive.
it's 1 hour.
it's
Big,
very
big,
hard.
big adjustment.
Yeah, and slightly tipsy from the Bacardi I had on the
Love it.
I'm not allowed to say this on the family friendly channel.
No, other brands of rum or beer.
Are available.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to think about what we're going to do when we get to the park and what the best plan of action is. And we're hoping that Sassy has made it safely because she's got caught up in some of the protests that have been going on in her taxi, and she's a bit delayed, but I think that she should be there waiting for us when we get there. So.
Fingers crossed.
So we had booked the Luggage Express because we were going to get the high-speed train, but the trains had been cancelled, so we switched to a taxi. But unfortunately for us, they didn't have time to get the tickets back to the hotel, so we're going to have to go to the hotel, drop our bags off, go to the train station, get the tickets. But luckily the train station is next to the park, so it's okay, really. We're going to go to Disney anyway, right?
Oh, I see what she means. Like, she was literally in a taxi and they wouldn't let her get.
Oh no!
Look at them rising bollards. That's quite
Wow,
impressive, isn't it?
futuristic.
I wonder if she literally is in that taxi.
Just holding everything up.
That'd be amazing if we literally put up and she.
Yeah.
She's there.
Can you see her?
there.
Where?
She's
Can you
literally
see her?
there.
We have managed to arrive at the exact same time as Sazzy.
She can't see.
Can't see, we've got blacked out
She
windows.
can't see.
Oh, it's so sad.
So we have just arrived at the hotel. We're going to go collect Sazzy, and then we are going to dump our bags and head straight to the park. But poor Sazzy, she couldn't see us. We had tinted windows. She almost didn't get let in because she didn't have the reservation number because I had it. But luckily, it's all worked out.
It was so sad.
I can't believe we literally got here at the same time.
I know, it's perfect. Stressful journey.
We're on the bus. We finally made it. We are all here, and now we are on the way to Disney. We are very, very excited. It's just like it's finally happening.
I need some ears, where's my ears?
Yeah, that's the thing. Naked without ears.
I am,
It's
totally.
illegal. I love it. We're in the train station now. We're just going to the Disney Express to get our hotel tickets because obviously we couldn't collect them. So hopefully it should be seamless, and we'll see what happens. So we had booked the Luggage Express and we couldn't use it because there were no trains, but luckily we've come here, we've collected our tickets, it was seamless. They were kind of wondering about us. They were like, who are these people? Because they knew they had our tickets but we hadn't arrived, and they were just like, oh, we know who you are. So we've got our tickets and we're ready to go into the park. It's been super seamless. This day has gone much, much better than expected. So can't wait to go into the park now and see the castle. It's very exciting. You can see the Tower of Terror. We're at Disney Village and we're going to go through security and go to the park. I've had my first glimpse of Minnie as the little topiary outside instead of Mickey for International Women's Day, which is very exciting. The music is going. It feels very magical, so let's head into the park.
Yeah, exactly.
It's now 7 p.m, so we've got 2 hours in the park. So big question is, what ride are we going on first? Gotta go find out. Oh, what are we all thinking of the 30th anniversary decorations?
Pretty lit.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Main Street.
The second you walk in and hear music, it's just the best. You know you're back at Disney. Ah, it's the castle! It's the moment we've been waiting for! The castle moment!
So beautiful.
Oh, it looks so good left up.
It's like coming home.
Yes! Okay, it's been decided we're doing Pirates first. Has to be done. Such an awesome classic attraction. We've seen the castle in all of its glory. It looks so pretty lit up at night. We've got the all-important selfie. Now Pirates. There's a big school group, so we're going to have to try and get in front of them. There's no race. We've got to beat the children. We've got to get on the ride before like 20 people get on in front of us. We made it. There's only 4 of us, to be fair, and there was like 20 of them, so it makes sense for us to go first. It's like when you're at a supermarket and the person with one item gets to go in front of you, if you're polite, but...
It'd be like a 5-minute queue and then there's 20 school kids, so then it's like half an hour. So that's
Exactly.
That's not on.
No, exactly. We've got to Pirates and it is a walk-on, so it is a win. There is nothing better than walking straight onto the ride. So what do we think of our first ride?
I wouldn't get wet, and there was definitely blobs of water on me throughout that ride.
Blobs, come here nor go. That's not a phrase, that's not a phrase. You know what I mean?
Blobs neither here nor there.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just going to stop for a little bit of food now. We're going to come to Restaurant Hakuna Matata. It's recently had a menu update, so I cannot wait to go in here and try the vegan chakalaka. So let's go in and try it. So we are here in Restaurant Hakuna Matata. I have come to try the new chakalaka. Okay, you can't see that, it's all going to fall out. But it looks very good. It smells really nice. I think it's going to be like the perfect wintry type dish. Also, unbelievably cute restaurant. Of course we had to sit in the Pumbaa section because Pumbaa is life. That's, of course, it was no contest. So let's try the chakalaka and see what it's like. The flavour's really good. It's like a really rich tomato flavour Lots of like beans, chickpeas, stuff like that inside. The rice is nicely cooked. It is a little bit cool. We did wait for a very long time, so I don't know if they're just really behind on orders. But the food itself is very, very tasty, and I would definitely get this again. So unfortunately for us, Big Thunder is closed during our trip. So we're just going to have to look at it like this. Not running. It's so sad because everyone loves Big Thunder. So I have to say the meal at Restaurant Hakuna Matata, the food was very good, but it was cold, which is my only downside. But I actually think that's one of the better vegan quick service options here. So I'd definitely get it again, hopefully be a bit warmer next time. It was very, very filling and really great flavour. And if you're looking for something without faux meat, this is perfect. So now that we are fed and watered, we're going on one of my all-time favourite attractions, a Phantom Manor. The park at the moment is incredibly quiet. It's about 8:30, the fireworks are in half an hour, so the rest of the park is absolutely dead. So this is incredible, it's a great time to be here. Oh, I'd love to live in a house that looked like this. Yeah.
Kindly step all the way in. Make room for everyone. There's no turning back now. Perhaps you sense a disquieting metamorphosis. Hélas, les choses ne sont pas toujours ce qu'elles paraissent. Tous les contes n'ont pas de fin heureuse. It appears everyone is doomed at Phantom Manor. Even you.
So what did we think of Phantom Manor?
It was so spooky.
So good.
Scary.
We had a spooky man called Tommy at the beginning who
Tommy was flirting with Becky.
he was properly just standing there staring at me with his eyebrow raised and just staring into my soul, and I was into it.
It was so good, it was so good.
And the skeleton man was quite scary on the ride, wasn't he?
He was the scariest.
Laughing and laughing away. We're like, what's so funny?
It's lovely, isn't it? It's mad. So at the moment the park is entirely empty because everyone is watching the fireworks. So we're going to kind of stand maybe in Frontierland or Fantasyland and watch them from behind the castle, and then get our private moment with the castle while the crowds clear out, and then maybe have a little nightcap in Disney Village. So it's been a lovely first day so far. Watch the fireworks from over on the bridge by the tree house. We're now going to wait for them to open the pathway and everyone to clear out, and then we will have the castle to ourselves. So that is an awesome way to end the night. So we'll just wait a few minutes and then it'll be ours. So this is what it looks like when the fireworks have ended. It's really rammed. So just wait 10 minutes and the park will be empty. You'll get those great castle shots. Main Street is beautiful, all lit up. The shops are still open. So yeah, definitely wait. Don't try and get out with the masses because it's so unfun. It's really, really a crush. There is nothing better than seeing the castle lit up at night, and it's just one of my favourite things to do, shutting down the park. So glad we've got to do that on our very first day. On the way out of the park, we have popped into Emporium, having a little look to see if there's any new merchandise in. I love looking at the merch, so this is the perfect time to do it as you exit the park. Already seen something I like. I love these Grogu ears. Do we get the Grogu ears? They're too cute. They have the big feet Grogu. I can't go over it. Doug is also incredibly cute, and they have Rocket. So we're going to walk over to Disney Village now and get a little drink, first night celebration. I have to say my foot is hurting. I'm wearing shoes that I haven't used before. I have got the special insoles for my plantar fasciitis, but I think we'd be so excited. We haven't had lots of breaks, so definitely tomorrow we're going to have way more breaks. But going to have a little sit down now, and a drink will be super, super nice. So we're going to go to the Royal Pub. This wasn't open last time I was here. It is now newly open, so I'm very excited to go in and try it. It does seem quite pricey, but let's go see what it's like. So we've come into the Royal Pub for a little nightcap. I've got the Virgin Mule and very excited to relax in here. What have you got for?
Cherry Royale. Oh, sorry, that's so you go first.
Sorry, who's the camera pointing at, Becky?
Oh, I thought it was pointing at me.
I've gone for a baby.
Main character energy. I love it. I love it.
Baileys.
Amazing.
Is it my turn to speak now? Cherry Royale.
That looks really good.
It's actually nice.
Really what is this?
Vice beer
Yes.
and a burger.
So we've just finished in the Royal Pub. It was actually a really nice place to relax. It was very good. Lots of drinks on offer. I had a really nice Virgin Mule. So very much enjoyed it. I think we'll probably go back again. The prices were kind of a little bit steep, but not terrible. My mocktail was €9. Mocktails that I've had in the Skyline bar were 12, so it's a bit cheaper than somewhere like the Art of Marble Hotel. But yeah, very, very enjoyable. It's about 11 o'clock now, so we're going to head back to the hotel, get our luggage, unpack. It's definitely been a very, very long travel day. And it's one of those weird things on the travel day. You don't do so much, but you're absolutely exhausted. So I'm very much looking forward to going to bed. But for right now, we're going to go get the bus, head back to the hotel and see our room. So it's actually now the next morning. I completely forgot to do an outro last night. We had a really nice relaxing time at the Royal Pub. I would say by the bar they have music, so if you're looking for something a bit more lively, that's good. We sat the opposite side and we just chilled out, chatted. It was so, so nice. And if you're adults looking for something to do in the evening, that's a really nice place to go and hang out. We had a really good day actually, compared to what I thought it was going to be like. We were so lucky, and we carried on talking about, we really felt like luck was on our side. When we woke up in the morning, the flight was okay. In the end, it ended up being delayed maybe 40 minutes. The flight ahead of ours ended up being delayed 3.5 hours, so we were so, so lucky with that. We also, we went to Wagamama's, we were having a great time, and we were talking about, do we get more drinks because the flight is delayed? And then I checked the website of the airport, and it was saying, oh, you need to head to your gate. And I was like, do we? Because the flight's really delayed. So it's like, let's go check the board downstairs and we can get a drink somewhere else if we want. Luckily for us, we did that because it said boarding. So as soon as we got to the gate, they were already letting people through. And strangely, the last 5 people, they did not let on the flight. They said the flight is overbooked, and unfortunately you're the last people in the queue, so you're not allowed on the plane. And we weren't too far ahead of that, so I'm very glad we left when we did, so that worked on our side. The airport was incredible. From getting off the plane to getting in the taxi was 25 minutes, unbelievably quick. Every time I come to Charles de Gaulle Airport, I'm so impressed. The taxi was really comfortable, not really any traffic. We ended up arriving the exact same time as Sazzy, which was amazing, so we were all at the hotel at the same time. And then that kind of all went seamlessly as well. We were a bit worried about the fact that our tickets and everything were at the train station, but we just left our bags, went to the train station, picked them up. They were expecting us because they were like, who are these mystery people that have got this stuff here and not any luggage? And then we just went to the parks. It was so nice to get on some rides and just be in the Disney atmosphere. We had some food. I did really enjoy that chakalaka, but it was cold and the service was very, very slow. So it's one of those difficult things. If it had been warmer, I would definitely recommend it. I would get it again. Just hope that you were on a day where it was a bit more efficient, a bit warmer. But then seeing the fireworks from over by the tree house was so nice, and we were just like, we just relax over here. The parks are so quiet in that kind of hour leading up to the fireworks because everyone's kind of waiting for them. So if you wanted to do rides and maybe you've already seen the fireworks, that is a great time to go because the park is almost empty. You've got it to yourself, which is perfect. We had a great time on Phantom Man, and we had a really, really funny cast member who kept frightening us. So it was so good overall. Nice relaxing evening. evening. So it was just a great first day. I just think it went so much better than we expected, because we were thinking it's going to be disaster, massive delays. Are we even going to get there? So it has been perfect. So I'm going to end this vlog here now, but you will see me in this same outfit because it's now the next morning. So next week's vlog, you'll see me again looking like this. But thank you so much for watching. We still have much more to do on this trip, so I'm hoping you're going to follow along, and I hope you enjoy it, maybe find some tips out for your own trips. But until next time, I hope you have a most magical day. Bye bye.